be in your house talking to you as man to man. And that is death to our economic system. In addition, the definition of words or terms is only a minute a minute part of the process. Values are created and transported by the communication through the body of the language. A total society has many interconnected value systems. All these values in the society have bridges of language to connect them for orderly working in the society. But for these language bridges, these many value systems will shapely clash and cause internal strife or civil war. The degree of conflict being determined by the magnitude of issues or relative opposing strength in whatever form. For example, if you put a slave in a hog pen and train him to the life, there incorporate in him to value it as a way of life completely. The biggest problem you would have out of him is that he would worry about you, about provisions to keep the hog pen clean or partially clean, or he might not worry you at all. On the other hand, if you put the same slave in the same hog pen and make a slip and incorporate something in his language whereby he comes to value a house more than he does his hog pen, you got a problem.
So he wanted us to depend on living in the hog. Living in like what the hogs used to live in. Don't get him used to sleeping in the house like we do. They're not supposed to be sleeping in the house with us. They're supposed to be sleeping with the hogs sleep at, man. But he said, don't even allow them to spend one day to even think that he can sleep in your house. He must know at all times that he's supposed to sleep where the hogs sleep at, because as soon as he starts sleeping in the house, our plan is not going to work. That's why they had to sleeping with the hogs, man. Imagine living with a pig. Read.
He will soon be in your house.
He's going to soon be in your house. Okay? Let me see here. We almost finished, brothers. This is the letter that they wrote to us. This is the letter that they had a nerve to write to us. You know. This I mean, we got actual pictures of this too, man. We have the actual pictures in Georgia, in Alabama. This woman was a fine weaver. This is her spinning the wheel. Her name was Lucindy Lawrence Jordan. She was age 79. She's dead and gone now, though. She was in Lee County. She was in Alabama, but she was born in 1858 in Macon County, Georgia. And she was a slave in Georgia. Here she is here. See if you can get this picture here.
Back it up a little bit.
There you go. Here's her. Okay? These are real people, brothers and sisters. They really went through it. And this is what they wrote, the letter they wrote to us. Okay? They wrote this letter to us to apologize. Check out check out what's in this letter, man.
Dear Black Americans.
Dear Black Americans. Check it out.
After all these years and all we have been through together, we think it's appropriate for us to show our gratitude for all you have done for us. We have chastised you, criticized you, punished you, in some cases even apologized to you. But we have never formally nor publicly thanked you for your never-ending allegiance and support to our cause.
Our pledge allegiance. Read on.
This is our open letter of thanks. We will always be in your debt to you for your labor. You built this country.
We built what?
This country.
We built this country, y'all, and y'all don't want to leave it? this country, and we still building this country. How? Upholding the economy. They are getting paid off of you, brothers and sisters. Read.
And we're responsible for the great wealth we still enjoy today.
We are responsible for the great wealth we still enjoy today. Wake up, man. You built it. You have the power to do whatever you wish to do. Do you wish to stay here and still be slaves? Who's willing to stand up and fight against this wicked society, man? It's don't stand for Christ. It don't care about Christ. Nothing is based on Christ in this wicked world right now. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. That's Job 9:24. Wake up. Read.
Upon your backs, laden with the stripes we sometimes had to supply for disciplinary reasons, you carried our nation.
We carried what?
Our nation.
This is the letter that they wrote to us after all these years, man. Read on.
We thank you for your diligence and your tenacity. Even when we refuse to allow you to even walk in our shadows, you followed close behind, believing that someday we would accept you and treat you like men and women.
Believing someday that we would treat you like men and women. Look at your Constitution. What does it say? It says you're 2/3 of a man, and now the Constitution for that ran out. So what do they consider you as now? Listen to this letter. Really listen to it. The audacity of them to write this letter, man. Read.
We publicly acknowledge black people for raising our children, attending to our sick, and preparing our meals while we were occupied with the trappings of the good life. Even during the time when we found pleasure in your women and enjoyment in seeing your men lynched, maimed, and
read that again, brother. I'm sorry, man. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it verbatim, man. We're going to get this, brothers. Y'all going to know what they had the audacity to write to us, man. You want to know why we come up out of this world, why we don't even care about upholding what's going on here? We don't care about none of this stuff no more, man. Okay? We don't care about America. We getting up out of here. And this is why, man. They don't care about you. Okay? If they can't make money off of you, then you mean nothing to them. Read.
Even during the time when we found pleasure in your women and enjoyment in seeing your men lynched, maimed, and burned, some of you continue to watch over us and our belongings. We simply cannot thank you enough. Your bravery on the battlefield, despite being classified as 3/5 of a man.
They even said it right there because they know the Constitution. Hello? It's in your Constitution. They seen it. They said it right there in front of your face. Are we going to listen, or are we going to keep saying what? It don't matter? It don't matter? This don't matter to you? Well, that's back then. That's back in the day. It ain't like it's now. Read.
Was and still is outstanding. We often watch in awe as you went about your prescribed chores, assignments, and sometimes labor in the hot sun for 12 hours to assist in realizing our dreams of wealth and good fortune. Now that we control at least 90%,
how many?
90%.
90%
of all of the resources and wealth of this nation, we have black people to thank the most.
We have who?
Black people to thank the most.
So why is it that we are not considered a man? Why is it that we go through the hardest curses out of everybody? Why? Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:1. 28:15. Tell me it don't matter. Don't tell me it don't matter. You go to somebody else with that madness. Okay? 28:15. What that say?
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All the curses is going to overcome you, and it's going to